The question is, did we even have the theme song in the last episode? Did
No, we
Sunday's
didn't.
episode? Oh,
I don't
good,
think
good.
I don't think we've had it in any of them since we moved over to the podcast.
Well,
I'm gonna have to redress a wound here. I, I sliced my finger earlier today because, of course, I did.
welcome to
Do
the
you want to
fucking
hear how I
Thunderdome.
did it? Because
I,
you're gonna
I,
you're gonna enjoy it so much because it's so stupid.
I do. I'm gonna hit the intro, and then we're gonna come back, and then tell me about your wound, Ashley.
Oh
was a
no,
clap.
the Canadians are coming.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Her name is Ashley Manning, and she has a cut finger. Ashley Manning. Ashley Manning.
Oh my god.
Ashley Manning has a cut finger. Ashley Manning's finger's cut. Ashley Manning. There she is. Ashley Manning. Ashley
What are
Manning.
you, David Hoare? Making up new
Certainly
theme
am.
songs.
All right. Lay it on me.
So it's really basic and it's just really silly. I have kitchen knives, as most people do, and I have the ones that have like the little cover things that you put over them to stop yourself from cutting yourself.
Nope. I already hate this. I already hate where this is going. I think I know where this is going, and I hate it. Oh, all the hairs on my back. Actually, all the hairs on my back
It's
just went
not
like this.
going where you think it is, I don't think.
Oh, God.
I think I know where your mind has gone and it's not there. But basically what I did was I tried to put 3 of those covers on at once. And it didn't go as well as I had hoped. And well, what it was is I wasn't trying to put 3 of them on at the same time. I was holding 3 of them and trying to put the covers on. And as I was sliding down one of the covers onto the knife, my thumb just went into the top of one of the other knives, which was smaller. It's a tiny, tiny cut. It's really not a big gruesome affair, but you're still somehow struggling with it.
Cover. It's the word cover.
What's wrong with the word cover?
It's just like putting on 3 covers. I'm just imagining fingers jammed, thumb pressed. It was like the thumb pressing. Oh, also, yeah, I don't like it. I've also cut myself so often. It's so annoying too. When you just
It's
see
so
the blood,
annoying.
you're just like, God damn
Can we talk about how
Yeah.
annoying plasters are?
All the time. Go ahead. You
Oh,
start.
they're so annoying. So I'm actually using these new ones that I got to try out, and they are supposed to be waterproof. They're not at all, but they're almost like you definitely can't see them. But see, I've got this little pad, and I keep bleeding through the little pad. But
Blech.
this is almost like cling film tape,
Yeah.
and so it's really sort of stringy and thin.
Um,
It means the mobility is quite good and it doesn't go too grubby, but it's not waterproof.
So what I would do as a man who cut himself a lot, if you have just some gauze, I would do like polysporin gauze, and then just tape over the like skin tape over the gauze. If you have a first aid kit, weirdly, not for anything, but always have a first aid kit in the house. Weird thing about me.
I do not own a first aid kit, which is surprising. I make my own kind of. I just buy the things that I need frequently. But I kind of. It doesn't really matter what type of plaster I use. I'm still going to use like 20 of them a day because I can't. As soon as it gets any little tiny bit grubby, I can't deal with it.
Get it? Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love it. I like a nice dirty Band-Aid every once in a while.
That's disgusting.
Just a grubby one from the 90s on the ground. You used to see Band-Aids on the ground all the time.
I know. They used to be on the ground a lot, didn't they? But yeah, I will say this one it's kind of just good because it's right on the knuckle that I cut myself. So it's kind of good for the mobility point of view, but it's just like annoying and yeah. I'll probably put a different
Actually,
one on for work later.
what were we making?
We were just putting away the utensils after they'd been drying out on the rack.
Oh, that's right. The knife cover pressed into the thumb. How's the new flatmate working out? Hasn't seemed like there's been a big problem. Hasn't been. So here we are.
So far, so good.
That's good. You know, I think you always know pretty quickly. You know what I mean? You can't hide who you are with the person where you live. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Girls can be so fucking sneaky, though. So far, so good. No major red flags. They are slightly messier than I'm used to, especially when it comes to food. But I will take that over outright bullying, abuse, and toxic behavior.
I mean, yeah. I mean, congratulations for still having a roommate. I couldn't do it anymore.
Do you know what? I really didn't want to, but I couldn't afford it.
Oh yeah. The problem is once you go solo, I have bad news. Like you literally are like, well, I adjust my life accordingly now.
Oh, my absolute life goal is to live by myself. And I did it. I lived by myself in Prague for a year and I absolutely adored it. And I had an amazing apartment and all of the above, but it's just not possible in the current economy and given what my income is, which is basically nothing.
Any correlation to living alone and shitting and passing out in the Prague IKEA? Any correlation?
I did also pass out and piss myself alone in my apartment.
Oh, I'll
hit
have
my
what
head off
she's having. It's one of my biggest fears.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. I had a seizure.
It is. Oh fuck.
I passed out, had a seizure, pissed myself, and in that process had hit my head off the oven. And because I had a seizure, my arm didn't let go of the door handle I had been holding on to. Because I felt it kind of starting to happen. So I went for the door to go to the bathroom because I kind of thought I was just going to, like, if I'm on a toilet, I feel safer.
Understood.
I should put that on a t-shirt.
Put it on my gravestone.
So I was going for the bathroom, but I was holding onto the door handle when it was lights out happened, and so I hit my head off the oven. But my hand, because it was seizing, I didn't let go of the door handle. So I woke up and my arm was still actually holding onto the door handle, even though I was lying on the floor, and my shoulder had just I'm really quite lucky it didn't dislocate or something because it was just so sore.
Seizures are assholes. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, what the fuck? Like my brain. What is it? Like it's essentially your brain short circuits. Am I crazy? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it's a deeply neurological. It's like fuck off. Do we need anything else
really
as human beings?
Neurological. Mine are because of PTSD. They're PTSD seizures. Rather than any sort of epilepsy or brain tumor or whatever.
I am so sorry that you went through whatever happened that got you in that situation. And
whatever happened, you mean getting my jaw broken or going through surgery or dying when I was 12 or
yeah, the nightmare medical
the myriad
situations.
Of trauma that I
the after school specials for like why you shouldn't participate in downhill derbies on bicycles. That is your medical history. Yes, that is what I'm sorry that it happened to you. And also, see, like, good God, like, how are you still standing? The jaw cracking thing, the noise of the Allen key in a wet mouth haunts my fucking dreams, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't wait to turn that into a show.
I will be attending, but I need to be stood up at the back, and I want a bucket. Because at a certain point, I know you're going to do the sound effect, and then
I probably won't do the sound effect. I don't know if I know how to do the sound effect.
I mean, I would assume you just go get an Allen key and put it in someone's mouth and then record that and play that for the audience.
Speaking of me doing shows, so I think one of the things that's been really getting in my way of trying to crack on with doing my show is the fact that all of the material for that show is stuff that I've never done much on stage before. And so I've found it really difficult to write. What I have now decided is that the show that I thought was going to come second is now going to come first, which is the sex show. And I have actually been writing that recently, and it may be happening for the Glasgow Comedy Festival this time next year.
Oh, what's the title going to be?
The title is Candy Floss.
Oh, can you tell us the origin of that title, Ashley Manning?
I don't want to, because I want it to be that thing that gets revealed in the show.
Understood. You want it to be your midnight run moment?
Sure, that feels like a reference I don't get.
It's the movie Midnight Run. It's more of a reference to, like, you know, in movies where they say the title?
Sure.
Yeah, that's always that.
Yeah, it really will be that. It really will be that kind of deal, because yeah, there's the Candy Floss does play into it, and it's quite a good story.
I know it'll be organic, so I'm allowing it, but oh my god. Were you around for when people were like really going deep with like the artsy fartsy shows and like doing shit like that? Like you'd like literally be like, and that's when I became the poet that spoke darkly. Blackout.
I think I might have slightly missed that era.
Oh,
but I'm gonna bring it back.
You won't though. Like we're talking like a lot of like dudes with like the swoop over haircut.
Okay. Sure.
And like just like, and that's when I found out she was my puzzle piece. Blackout.
Okay.
Like, oh,
sure.
Shit. But like it was awful. Awful. Oh god.
Oh dear. I feel quietly quite confident about this show. I tried a new bit that I've never done in front of anyone, and I've never even told the story of it to anybody. I tried that new bit at a really shitty little open mic recently, so the only people who've heard it are like this group of young lad comics who think they're the next big deal, and it's so fucking funny that they're the first people who've heard it. But it sort of worked well enough that I felt like it tied a couple of things together that I was trying to figure out if they would go together.
Oh fuck yeah, good for you.
Yeah, which is really fun. It's like, yeah, I've never done a show before, but I know that I would like to before I do fully pack in the dreams of any sort of comedy career.
Actually, I want you to know something. I think you're just gonna you're gonna dance in and out of it your whole life. I think that this is your journey.
I think that's what I'm gonna do too, and I think I've sort of realized that now, that I'm just gonna as you said, dance in and out of it, pick it up and put it down whenever I need to. But I do know that I've wanted to do these shows, and I do want to make them happen, and I need to not give up on that.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I think it's also the thing of once you like get some traction and get some like, you know, yards under your boots and stuff like that. What a great phrase that was that I definitely just made up.
Yeah, that was great.
Yards under your boots, huh? That's up there with Doug Stanhope's Pound Sand for Lee. Oh, but so that was Pound Sand.
You know what I feel like it would be a whole kind of theme for you to say things like that, like yards under your boots, miles under your tires. You've got like a whole phraseology world that you've just opened up for yourself.
That's right. I could really oh my god, yeah, that's what I need to do is start getting into merch. That's gonna be for my.
If you don't have a show called Miles Under Your Tires now, I'm gonna be really sad.
I'm just gonna be that old man in a small Northern California town that's gonna say, "Oh, you gotta get some."
Wait, is this what we call the show? Do we call the show Yards Under Your Boots?
Absolutely not. That is not what we call it. I say we just call it our initials.
Oh, that's so boring.
I mean, it's better than any. What are the other ideas? The Booger Hour with shithead and cunt face. That's both me. And you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? What do you? Because we have to figure out a way to sell ourselves. I liked Untitled Twitch stream because it was just a cool hangout Twitch stream. But there's no
it's
way
not
to
a Twitch stream anymore, and it needs a
I
title.
agree with you. We can't figure out what's one that conveys that same thing for podcast. Also, let's not call it the Untitled Podcast. I liked the idea of podcasts with John, Ashley, and Chris. No one else likes that idea, including me at this point. I say, why don't we just go to Chat GBT and we just put in our names and see what it says? What do you think, David?
GPT.
It's one of those AI things that my fucking friends who were into crypto this time last year really care about.
Chat GPT.
GBT. I haven't used it because you have to give your email, and I refuse to give the AI my access to my Gmail.
It has come up as
already.
GPT.
Okay, that's what it is. Chat GPT. What was I saying? GBT? What a prick.
We trained a model called Chat GPT, which interacts in a conversational way. Oh, is this one of those Turing test things?
I think it's an AI. That's one of the AIs. I think.
Yeah, but it's like one of those ones that needs to have a conversation with you to pass the Turing test or something.
Oh, I don't know. What the fuck's the Turing test? I don't know what this is.
Oh, I need to send you a podcast on this because it's really interesting. It's right up your street.
Is it Alan Turing?
It is, yeah. He basically said that within 30 years of whenever he said it, which is sometimes in the 1970s, I think, within 30 years, computers would be able to convince human beings that they were also human beings. And so the Turing test is a measure of how long a person can have a conversation with an AI before they realize it's an AI. And it will pass. It passes the Turing test if it lasts, if the conversation lasts for more than 15 minutes or something like that. I can't remember.
Are any of the conversations asking them about a turtle walking in a desert? This is a really niche movie reference.
They realize that things can pass the Turing test in different styles of conversations. So the vast majority of computers that have passed the Turing test are AIs that are interacting as like through dating sites. So people who are just generically flirting online are not having interesting enough conversations. Basically, what it was getting down to was that the fact that most people in this circumstance, at least, do not pass the Turing test.
Oh my God. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Isn't it so funny?
Fuck. I think I'd be able to. No, I have no idea if I'd be able to tell.
Who knows?
I don't want AI to come. I think it's going to be so annoying. I don't think it's at the level that they say it is. I really don't. There's way too many people involved still running it in the back end.
Oh my God, this Chat APT thing is way too hard to sign up to.
See, this is why I haven't used any of the AI things. I'm like, if you're an artificial intelligence, you don't also need my email for data. Like, monetize yourself now, pricks. That's what I say. That's what old Johnny says.
Yeah, it's like, surely these AIs can have access to like the whole world's banking and just use the money that they need. You know?
Exactly. Like, you saw that fun HSBC laundered cartel money. Stop coming after my meager savings account. I need it.
Exactly.
I was really missing my cats and my girlfriend in my truck earlier today.
Do you still have that truck? I really thought that for some reason it had been taken away from you.
The image of what you think I am sometimes is fascinating, because it's also like, of all the comedians I am frank, fiscally responsible. It's the best.
You're responsible, but you're clumsy.
What do you mean?
I mean both of your elbows.
Oh, yes. No, understood. I misread that. I was like, financially clumsy? How can you be like, I drop money all the time? No, I'm a klutz physically.
No, you're
nailed it.
Yeah, you're very mentally responsible, but you are physically inept.
100%. Yeah. No, I could really benefit from, those big giant plastic balls people occasionally hit people with
you should be in a hamster ball for
I would
sure.
I would love that. Oh my God.
I know you would.
I would be farting constantly, just basting myself, just absolutely, just absolutely saunaing in my smell. Wouldn't you? If you wouldn't, because what's the consequence? You don't enjoy
I will
your smell?
say, yeah, okay. I do slightly understand what you mean because it's always very satisfying in the shower for that brief moment. But
What a
I
great
would like
point.
to be in it, you know? I
I
enjoy it for
disagree.
the brief moment and then it passes, and that's enough.
Yeah, the hamster wheel needs to have some sort of ventilation. I don't want to like, but like I just like just being able to walk around and just. Oh yeah, I
Being
forgot.
able to walk around and just do that, as if you don't already just do
I
that
hold it, and the only place I do it is
on this
maybe
podcast.
walking down the street on this podcast. And airplanes while flying, I let fly. Absolutely. Let's make this happen,
Remind me
baby.
never to fly with you.
It's
I will fly
happening.
to you eventually. I will fly to you,
If you're
but
on
I
an
will not
airplane
fly
with
with
me,
you.
I have been farting on that airplane, which unfortunately I was very tired coming to Australia, which led me farting super loud in the departures area of the Melbourne airport.
Oh no. Those poor people.
I mean,
Um,
we play the hand we're dealt.
it is
Ashley.
on my bucket list within the next 2 years to have a visit to LA and a visit to Toronto.
Oh, you'd fucking. Let me say this about LA. Come, I mean, right now is kind of the time to be there because we've been having this.
Don't say that. I can't afford to be there right now.
No one can. Inflation is killing us all. But no, but right now we have like insane climate change inspired rains. So like a city that was in a drought for so long is green. And because it's all like desert planted stuff, like it literally blossomed overnight. So it looks like a fucking
Cheers, by the
rainforest.
way.
Oh, fucking have at it. What a nice glass.
It's a Glencairn glass.
And what whiskey are we sampling this eve?
I went with the only Irish whiskey I have in my press, actually. The rest of them are Scottish. Only open bottle of Irish whiskey that I have in my press. The rest of them are being kept. This is the Red Earl, which is part of a series from the Kinsale Spirits Company to commemorate the Spanish the Spanish involvement in, oh my god, what was it called? The Kinsale, the Flight of the Earls. It's the Flight of the Earls, which is where the Spanish helped the Irish defeat the English.
Ooh, I didn't know about this one. That's
excellent.
That's like finding out when the Flash and the Green Lantern team up. You know what I mean? Like you're always like, these.
Yeah.
What a bunch of scrappy groups of people that want to just fucking have sex. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the Irish and the Spanish had an alliance. Those boats met in the night.
So the Flight of the Earls there was 3 earls. There was the Red Earl, which was Red Hugh O'Donnell, and then there was the Spanish Earl, and then there was the, oh my god, I can't remember who the 3rd Earl was, but they were setting up a military
Orgy?
military orgy to fight the English, and but the plan got foiled, and so they had to flee. And the Flight of the Earls was them taking themselves off to Spain to go into hiding until they could come back and defeat the English. I don't fully know the story that well, to be quite honest. I'm probably butchering this.
I'm gonna put this up there with the Irish-Spanish alliance leading to the like that. I want to know how much sex that inspired, in the same way that I want to know if Walt Whitman and Oscar Wilde apparently met, and I want to know if they banged. I really want to know if they
must
banged.
have. They absolutely must have.
Oscar Wilde and Walt Whitman fucking like that dirty talk must have been fucking good. You know what I mean?
Very eloquent, I would say.
Precise. You know what I mean? A lot of the uses of the word tip.
I reckon it would be the kind of dirty talk that I would be into.
A lot of grammatically correct dirty talk.
Yeah.
I will in fact feature your nipples. That sort of shenanigans.
No. The kind of dirty talk that doesn't even explicitly say what it is you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's poetic. It's obscure. it's not getting to the point that much.
If
But
so, what
it's-
you're saying is, if your Dirty Talk was a musician, it would be Tom Waits.
I have no idea who Tom Waits is.
What are you talking about right now? What
Oh,
are you
hang
talking
on,
about
hang
right
on,
now?
hang on. No, I do. Tom Waits. Oh,
I am. You even like Shrek. He's even been in a fucking Shrek movie.
oh, I don't know who he is. I know the name. Do you know who I can hear a good friend of ours who is very into his music screaming at me right now.
Tom Tuck? Is it Tom Tuck? 'Cause
No,
Tom
it's
Tuck
not
would be-
Tom Tuck.
Oh, I know the other person you're talking about. Yeah, that other
Yeah.
person is correct. I'm so fucking happy that I just heard a noise. What was just brought
Yes.
up? Because I would. Oh, thank God. I need
Yo.
some fucking bad. Guess who doesn't know who fucking Tom Waits is? Here's a hint.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
me.
Of
I'm
course
so
it's Ashley.
sorry.
Of course it's Ashley. Ashley,
I
you
don't
know,
like
you know
this
who,
music.
you know where you know him from? He is Captain Hook in the Shrek movies, playing the piano.
I was about to say that.
Okay.
Also, newsflash, that song, banger, certified.
So good.
Oh, little drop of
Which
poison.
song is
Dude.
that he does?
Oh,
I need to
put it
watch
on.
Shrek again.
I mean, it's Shrek 2, which I'm going to say this is a controversial
Oh,
opinion.
that's
No one
why
agrees
I'm
with me.
struggling to remember it.
I prefer Shrek 2 to Shrek 1. I agree, but I just like it
No,
more.
I think I understand that. I mean, Shrek 2 has the fairy godmother scene in
Mhm.
it.
Does it
And
also
her, I Need a Hero, like she reinvented the song I Need a Hero.
I agree completely. Also, does it not also have the inclusion of Puss in Boots for the first time in Shrek 2?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Puss in Boots is iconic.
Yeah.
Donkey really levels up, I think. He's very confident in his relationship.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but donkeys, that's the end of the like that's the part that's Eddie. I don't like that Eddie Murphy. I don't know. I just want Eddie Murphy from SNL and Beverly Hills Cop and no other Eddie
Sure.
Murphy.
Mm.
There's no-
I do think
like-
I think Donkey is better in the first one, but he's just you can tell he's happier in the second one.
He
You
is
know what I
much
mean?
happier in the second
Yeah.
one.
But in the first one, you do get that kind of emotional turmoil and him wooing this fucking dragon, which is just
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that with the dragon with the daisy on her head.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
it's good stuff.
They straight fuck. They straight
Oh, man.
fuck.
I'm into it. I gotta
Yeah.
tell you,
me too.
like Shrek and the Pixar movies, welcome to the fucking Thunderdome. Like that's how you make a fucking movie. Oh,
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the new Puss in Boots? People were raving about it like it's fucking Paddington 2.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I haven't
not.
seen it yet, but I did. There was a lot of really positive reaction to it, wasn't there?
Everybody was losing their mind. They were talking about how incredible it is. And like apparently it's just like, and not just, I saw it in different pockets of my groups
Yeah.
randomly. People were just like, have you
I wanna be
seen
in
Puss
more
in
groups.
Boots?
I'm having this lately where I'm realizing that there's a lot of group chats out there, and I'm not in any of them.
Ashley, you are in a group chat with me and Chris.
I
Second
am.
of all,
But that's the
If
only
any-
comedy group chat I'm in.
you need to get it. You give it time. Also, oh my god, I can't like.
I mean,
Like-
it's not like I'm a fucking fresh little seedling in the industry. I have been here 5 years.
But no, it's also I don't know if your generation's really doing like.
Mm-mm. I'm in a
groups this-
community. I'm in a comedy environment where most people hate each other.
Yeah, it's
Um,
it's
The
pretty
Scottish
cutthroat
scene
there.
really doesn't
Oh.
seem to be getting along that well.
Yeah, Chris, I got some off mic fill-in information. Woo!
Dope.
I feel like I don't know this, and I want to know this.
I mean, one of the things you told me that is. Woo,
Oh, okay, sure, okay, yeah.
It's a few
What?
different things. Oh,
Is this how
Oh,
the
I told
audience feels? Is this how the fucking
Yes.
podcast listeners feel?
how
All the
meta?
time, all
How
the
how
time.
meta? How meta are we that we were able to do that? Oh, that's so good, Chris. How was
Hate
therapy? Are you?
Useful.
Good.
Yeah. Making progress, growing as a human being. A lot of work to do.
Ooh.
Had a realization. Very nice.
Ooh,
Very good.
Ah.
Yeah.
Realizations are always fun.
Mm.
Yeah, it's nice to I'm sort of coming to the end of certain sets of problems, or at least accepting that some of them are part of my life. For instance, my dad fired his nurse and didn't tell me.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
just coming to terms with the fact that there's no fixing that. That's just part of my life now, is my dad's going to make wild ass decisions and just do our best.
I have a
So
weird. Actually, I'll ask that off mic. Never mind. I was going to ask
okay.
a relatively personal question on podcast. Let's just save ourselves some editing.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, because I'm coming to like the end of a lot of that stuff, it's like making room for other stuff that I should be dealing with. So it's kind
Oh,
of
that's
nice.
always fun.
Yeah, it's like a transition period. We're just going a little deeper this time, a little bit
Yeah.
further in.
And
So
then you'll get to a place where you will realize that there is another depth that you didn't even know was there, and that's scary.
I've had this my my therapist was laughing at me because I had this like casual thing sort of going on with a woman in Toronto since before I left for the West Coast. And we sort of called it quits when I was in BC for a while, and then we started it up again. And the whole time I've been very much like, I can't do anything. So I just fun and easy, and that's all I have space for. And she keeps saying like, yeah, for sure. But then also being like, so what are we doing here? And I talked to my therapist about it, and he was like, so what's going on with this lady? And I was like, well, we talked, and she said like, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. I can do that. That sounds good. And he just got this look on his face. He didn't say anything, but like he couldn't hide his like skepticism. And tonight I'm gonna have to like, because we went out to a concert, we had fun, but then she had a couple drinks and she was like, so where are we? What's happening? My friend was saying that, well, what if he just decides not to move to New York? And I was like, oh, okay, we're not doing this. So I'm going to end that tonight. And when I told my therapist about that today, he just burst out laughing. He's like, yeah, man, I tried not to say anything. It's not my job to be giving you advice. I try to keep a straight face, but
that's so funny.
Yeah.
I would just like this. I just want to say,
are you moving to New York? Is
that's
that
the plan? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
I've got to get my American visa, but yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, I mean, I'd get on it because it sounds like the line is big again, which is a nightmare.
Yeah, well, I'm not going for green card. I'm going for a 3-year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
nice.
I mean, good luck. The back of my neck is already sweating. I'm so excited. I'm going to file this tax return. And then, Ashley, guess what I get to do? I get to apply for America. Yeah, fucking finish her off, baby. Wee-oo. Oh.
There's still loads left.
Oh, the Wi-Fi cut out. It literally looked like you just fucking necked it. And I was just like, holy shit. I get to apply for American citizenship, and then I never have to fucking try and get a fucking permanent visa again.
Nice.
Also, they are not ready for me to start voting. I will be doing write-in votes.
Oh, you bringing back Ron Paul?
Certainly am. Actually, no, I am not. Ron Paul is very much still around and very much, let's put it this way. Ron Paul was brought down, Ashley. Ron Paul was the guy where libertarianism comes from, and he sucks. And he was brought down because it was proven he handed out a bunch of pamphlets that were racist. Mm-hmm. And if going by how Ron Paul sort of talks it now, he did distribute those pamphlets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. All libertarians. All is strong. I'm going to go with all but 5 libertarians are racist. That's been my read on it. I'll give Doug Stanhope a pass, and then 4 others.
I'm going to say 10% of all libertarians, which is also 5 people. If like actual 5 people, not. Oh yeah. What's crazy about libertarians? Not a single one in Europe.
Yeah, I don't even know what a libertarian is.
It's a toddler's philosophy.
Oh,
it's how a 4-year-old
Actually, Google libertarianism and read the definition. I want your reaction. I think it's going to be a very similar to the way this show began. And what a fucking callback! What a week here. I think it's going to be another "this philosophy sucks."
It's so fucking stupid.
Libertarianism is defined as any political position that advocates a radical redistribution of power from the coercive state to voluntary associations of free individuals.
That is a lot.
That was written by a libertarian.
Yeah, that's a lot of $10 words to say they don't believe in government of any form. Like they want to abolish.
Sub search that's come up. What does libertarian mean what does libertarianism mean in simple terms? Libertarianism is a kind of politics that says the government should have less control over people's lives.
Yeah, except they mean no control. They want to do anything they want at all times.
Give people more free choice. And
they're right-wing anarchists.
Yeah. You want lawlessness.
They're right-wing anarchists. Anarchists
without understanding the ramifications of what that would actually mean for the world.
Yeah, and without thinking beyond your own desires, which is how toddlers think. It's very much I want a cookie, why can't I have a cookie?
See, now I want a cookie, though.
Right? But because we live in a society.
I'm in that part of my cycle where you just say a word of a food and I want it.
Oh, that's so fun. Waffle.
Oh, God.
Yeah, meatball sub.
See, I want all the things.
Escargot.
Escargot on a meatball sub.
Oh.
I had to go home from work the other day because of so much intense period pain.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was really horrible.
Did you consider a hot dog?
I don't like hot dogs, so that one can pass me by.
Pardon me?
All right, we're learning. I'm never going to Costco with you.
They're rubbery. The bread has always been frozen, and the condiments are just trying to cover up all of those things.
Oh, wow. You've only had shit hot dogs.
Yeah, you've had shit hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need
I'm in the UK. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's true. You guys fuck up hot dogs. You're real bad at it.
Which is also bad. How the fuck? Also, I was talking to someone. How the corn dog hasn't made it to the UK is madness.
What is a corn dog? I feel like I have actually had one of these when I was visiting the States when I was a kid. But
it's a hot dog.
Me of what it is.
On a stick, covered in cornbread. Wow.
It is. Like no.
So
boys,
like
we did it.
Deep fried.
Essentially, yes.
I know like a candy apple.
Yeah.
I may be on board for trying that. I don't think I did try that before.
It's so good.
It's a candy apple for a dad who doesn't have weekday custody. That's what a fucking corn dog is.
I had in Prague. I got to try boar sausage.
Nice.
And that was
tasty.
It was good, but it was really rich.
Yeah.
You can have like 2 mouthfuls and that's it.
Ashley, did you find it exciting or boring?
Absolutely not. Goodbye.
It's nice to be the one that stays after a comment like that. That's normally me getting kicked out.
It's normally you. It is normally you.
Yeah. This guy just can't. What a libertarian energy he's bringing.
I didn't do it. Ashley did it. I didn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, she did it. I didn't do it. It's really good. It makes it better.
It felt like it was the right time to bring it back.
Oh, it really, to me, that felt like John.
No,
I really thought that was John kicking off. Podcast listeners, let us know what the countdown's like on the other side. How is it just listening to the countdown?
Well, they can also watch it still.
They can also
watch it. I figured out how to do the video.
Yeah.
But I mean, specifically people listening. I'm interested.
Yes. I wonder how some people totally converted over to the audio only, or are some people really sticking by the visual wonder that is
video?
John Hastings.
Let us know. Comment below how you watch it. Let us know. Also, guys, if you're watching it, please give us a like. Just like the video because more people will see it. More people will see it.
Get in that engagement. I got some engagement going on my Instagram account.
Eventually, we will totally and completely change everything. And
Why
make
do you
it
keep making
more
this promise
accessible.
that we're never going to fulfill? Stop.
Because
We are.
I feel like if
We
I
are
at
not.
least keep making it, there's hope.
No, it sounds bad. It's too long. It's too
We
long.
We are going to make a promise. We are going to make a change. It's all going to happen. It's just not going to
Under
happen
promise.
slowly or efficiently or
Under
in
promise, over deliver.
That's right.
Don't tell people. Just show up with it. Don't
Yeah.
announce your plans.
Actually, you got to be like a mom, not a dad. You know what I mean? You like small, subtle steps, not like a
I
dad.
thought I was giving big mom energy already.
No,
Big-
dad
Dad.
energy.
We're going to
Guys,
Disney
we're
World.
going to
You
Disneyland.
know, I'm
No,
actually
we're
quite
not.
happy
We're
about
going to
that.
the mall.
Yeah, we can go to the Disney store in Toronto.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
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 Can I just say this?
Sure.
There is no more dad sentence in the world than my dad fired his nurse. That is all dads in that sentence literally just rose up to be like, that is our calling. Like just like God damn it.
He his justification was, well, I wasn't getting anything out of it, and she wasn't getting anything out of it. I was like, she's a paid
That
person.
was her job.
Jeez.
Oh no.
I gotta tell you, which I never is your dad the Brit or is your dad
Yeah.
the Irish?
Yeah. Yeah, Dad's English. Dad's from Manchester.
That's real good because I can adjust this. Oh my God, this is exact. There's something about Northern English people where it's like, what is that even an excuse for? What do you mean she's not getting anything out of it?
Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Here's my conspiracy theory for within my family. This is real inside baseball. I think my dad's friend got jealous of the nurse and convinced him to fire her. That's what I think happened.
I think you're. Oh, interesting. I like that a
that's
lot.
what I think happened because I think she has like this weird codependent thing with my dad where she doesn't want to be responsible, but she doesn't want him to rely on someone else. And he really liked his nurse. I saw them getting along. They were laughing. And I think that and that's why she didn't tell me about it. I heard her because he thought he didn't even know he'd fired her. Dad has dementia. He doesn't fucking remember anything. I was on the phone and I was like, shouldn't you be with your nurse? And he goes, oh yeah, I should be. And he turned to his friend and he goes, shouldn't I be with that lady right now? And she went, oh, you fired her. And I was like, excuse, and you didn't tell me? Nobody thought to include me in this?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
So exhausting.
Lord.
I gotta tell you, I don't want to be rude to baby boomers, but I see how Korea and Vietnam went bad war-wise. Like it's the same.
Yeah.
The same presumption of ability is brought to all situations, and it can really fuck off. Like Prince Charles's reign as king is gonna suck a bag of dicks because this guy is gonna just fuck up. Boo.
It's the way that I'm looking at them now is like it's like if and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but you will have been there even if unknowing when rich kids just open a bar and they go, how hard can it be?
Oh, I have drank a lot of beer in bars that were opened by rich kids in Montreal and Toronto. Like, let me tell you,
Yes.
a lot of
Places that were out of business a year later. A lot.
Wow, you're a very generous man. Actually, have you ever been to one of these bars? If not, we're taking you through it before the show wraps up.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Okay, here's how you always know it's a rich kid who's bought a bar. Space is always either way too small or way too big. They do not know how to lay out something because they've never been in the restaurant industry before, so they're just guessing.
Yeah.
Second of all,
More decoration than comfort, I'm gonna say.
Absolutely nailed it, or literally the exact opposite, no decoration whatsoever, and then they focused on one thing that makes no sense, like the soundboard.
Yeah. Or they'll have like bottles of whiskey or brandy that are like $2,000 because they don't have any sense of what people buy. And so they spend that, and then it just sits just every now, just go in every few weeks and just check the levels on that bottle. There is always way too much expensive shit because they don't know what the fuck to order, and they go broke because they're dumb. They're also always there. They're always there.
Right,
And
because
now-
they basically just opened a place for them to hang out.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Or like, I don't want to be in my dad's business. I want to start my own cool thing. And they're there because they're
Sure.
panicking because they don't know how to run a fucking business.
Oh my god.
My wound
Chris-
has reopened.
Oh, I have
Oh.
a wound. I have a wound.
Think- Knife
Oh, what
cover?
did you do?
I think my hand just got really dry in Toronto.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
I've had that
sucks, but-
wound. I stabbed myself with a knife, trying to put the cover onto that knife to prevent stabbing.
The glass go away.
I like that. That's a very independent knife. Try to put a cap on me.
Well,
Uh,
as I was explaining to John, my biggest error was that I was trying to do 3 knives at the one time.
Well, you sometimes, Ashley, I want you to know, you really come across like an assassin you meet at a traveler camp. You know what I mean? Like,
I actually was. That's a very like Mr. Bean mistake.
but in my mind, I'm picturing like each knife is in between fingers like a blade, and she's throwing them at like a dartboard that's in the kitchen, and then she's like trying to put the covers on in some sort of like ludicrously James Bond villain way. You know what I mean?
Oh, see, the way I saw it was she was like, well, I could do one. I have to do 3 knives, but that'll take forever. So let's do 3 at once and save myself valuable time. And so I picture her with one. I can't do it with both hands right now because I'm holding my phone. But like 3 of the knives like go like here between her fingers, and then the 3 covers come in the other hand, and then it's just trying to align it all in a very silly Mr. Bean. Stuffed bear is watching you do it, and you're talking to him. I can do it. Shut up.
I do talk to my stuffed bear.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Nobody's surprised.
You've got a
Me too.
turkey on your head. It's very slapsticky in my mind, very silly. And as soon as I know for a fact that if I was in the room with you, I would have said, you are going to stab yourself. That is how this ends. It was, you could know from the
Yeah.
moment you began that was how it
I
had
think
to end.
I knew, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I love you both very much, very deeply.
Yes, we're gonna wrap it up.
We have to wrap up because I'm literally about to fall asleep in my chair. It was
Okay.
so nuts.
Here's an old lady talking about sex, and then
We love
we're
you.
gonna come back after we end the recording, and we're gonna talk about that name that we were mentioning earlier.
Oh,
Okay, bye.
yes, we are.
Penis into her vagina. That's all.